In this game, size matters, and the race to get bigger all comes down to one simple formula. A ship that is twice as long, can stack containers twice as high, and has twice the beam will be able to carry 8 times as many cargo containers, often while burning less fuel than smaller but more outdated competitors. Crew sizes also don't scale linearly. Even the infamous Ever Given only sails with a crew of 25, and larger, newer ships can get away with even fewer than that. This means the cost per container shipped shrinks dramatically with relative increases in the size of the ship itself. The ship our container is being loaded onto is much smaller and falls on the wrong side of this curve, but it still remains viable because it works along the routes that these big companies either aren't able or aren't willing to operate in. Big ships are highly specialized. They need massive, deep water ports with dedicated loading equipment, and they're simply too fat to navigate bottlenecks like the Suez or Panama Canal. A lot of these new ships were designed from the ground up to only ever sail in the Pacific Ocean, connecting the biggest ports in Asia with the biggest ports in North America. This little ship, on the other hand, can dock just about anywhere, and even if the ports don't have their own loading infrastructure, it comes with its own cranes to move freight on and off from itself. The nitrogen pumps are headed to a food processing plant in Dubrovnik, where the container itself will be unpackaged before being loaded onto an even smaller ship that will take it to a storage yard in Greece. The container company will carefully track the new container as it moves throughout the world, updating their database as it goes. If they have too many containers in one particular port, their operations team can be alerted to lower rental prices for outbound hires, which should make them more popular than their competitors and help get their assets out there generating a return. Likewise, if they have a shortage of containers, they can raise rental prices or, in desperate circumstances, call up one of their suppliers and order another container to be made and put into the database. For these companies, it's better to buy a new container to make it available to their clients than to inconvenience them by saying that nothing is available to rent. Containers are cheap. What they're actually selling is convenience. Anyway, as long as they spend most of their time filled with paying cargo, shipping containers like this should pay themselves back very quickly. The only real challenge is making sure they actually spend most of their time at sea and not sitting dormant in a company's storage yard. To add one final complication, these containers must be regularly inspected to ensure their seaworthiness. A standard container only works if it remains standardized.